Hello, sunshines. Welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. This is a very special episode. Welcome to the seasonal Yarny YouTube Hop, which is hosted by Kim of the Crafty Nomad. This is the summer edition. And I am Heather, known as Bunnyfish, on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon, and I am your host. Today is, for me, April 9th, 2022, but 2023 lies. But I like to do vloggy style videos, and I am inspired to start my summer project. I am actually watching the Spring Yarny YouTube Hop right now. I did not watch the videos when they came out. I was not in the right headspace for YouTube. You know, sometimes that happens. So today I am making plans and I'm super excited. And I want to bring you along so you can see them, so you can be excited with me. So without further ado, let's show you what I'm thinking. A couple years ago, my daughter and I went to a fiber festival here in Michigan, and we picked up this bundle of minis. The dyer was called Fangirl Hand Dyed. They've since rebranded. I will try to remember to link in the show notes what their new name is. So I asked my daughter what she wanted, and she said a skirt. And I said, okay. So I am going to make her a skirt. But my daughter is not a tiny human anymore. She is almost 13. And excuse me, kitten, I love you too. You feel like you need to say hello? Okay, this is Colby. He's my supervisor, one of them. So I'm going to make her a skirt. And these are my thoughts. I want to start on the outside edge, and I'm going to do this, but I think only one repeat. And so I'm going to have lace around the edge, and then I'm going to work it kind of like a handkerchief style thing, decreasing in the corners so it'll have points, and I won't have to think about decreasing too much because it'll just be stitch markers and the rest will be stockinette. And then when I get to the waist, I am going to do a folded hem with an elastic. This is not to scale. I don't know how long it is, that sort of thing, but my plan is not to do this as a fingering waist skirt. Even though it is for summer, for us, summer means that my kids aren't in school, which means they can wear street clothes. We wear uniforms at the school that my daughter is attending right now. My oldest is going to high school in the fall. I'm not ready. Anyway, so it means that street clothes can be worn, and my little one is always cold, literally always cold, takes a hoodie to the beach, is always cold. So I am going to hold this yarn double to make it a DK weight. And then when I run out of this yarn, I'm also planning to marl it a little bit. The idea is to do 5 grams overlapping with the previous color, 10 grams of the mini together with itself, and then 5 grams overlapping with the next color to give stripes, that kind of marl and fade. That's my thought. We'll see how that works out in reality because I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I also don't know how many stitches I'm casting on yet. So this is a 20 stitch repeat. I kind of need to do some math and figure things out to figure out how big this opening is, how many stitches I want to cast on for that edging, which is why I'm starting it today, even though there's a bunch of time left. Anyway, when I finish using these minis, I am going to pick up some DK weight yarn from my LYS to finish however far I need to get to the top. that is my plan. We'll see how it goes in execution. Wish me luck. I have my swatch and I have washed it and I knit it in the round because the skirt will be knit in the round. I just used some leftover bits from a sock project, but I'm going to pull it out and put it into blankets, which is why the last little bits are still attached. So yeah, I'm going to measure it and then I will hopefully cast on the swatch. I need to, not the swatch, the skirt. Can you hear my dog panting in the background? It has gotten quite warm here. It's now the 11th of May. Yes, it took me that long to swatch. Well, no, it took me that long to do all of the things I needed with the swatch, but I'm going to measure and I would like to cast on today. All right, so I measured one of my daughter's uniform skirts to get some specs to have an idea to start with, and the swatch is 34 rows and 22.5 stitches equals 4 inches. I could use this measurement to figure out exactly how many, like how big I need to cast on to make sure that I'm making the skirt big enough, but like I know it's a possible thing, but that's not where my brain is right now. So what I did was I took this outside measurement right here and multiplied it and figured it out to be like, I divided it by, whoa, my goodness, I can't speak. I divided it by 4 to figure out how many times I would have to multiply this number to get the total number of stitches to equal 56 inches. So is that right? 4 times, yeah. And if I do it on one side, I have to, okay, yes. Making sure that my math is mathing correctly. So I need to cast on 360 stitches. However, since I'm doing a square that's going into the center, so since my skirt is gonna look like this with decrease lines drawing through the camera instead of drawing on the paper with the camera pointing. It's awkward. Since I'm doing that, these lines are decreases. I want to have more stitches because the points will go down farther than the rest of the pieces, and I want to make sure that it's long enough that my daughter can actually wear it. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna cast on 400 instead of 360 because I need my stitch count to be divisible by 20 because of the pattern that I want to do around the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and cast that on. And that's probably all I'm going to get done tonight. But at least I will have started it. Hello, sunshines. It is the 13th. Yes, 13th of May. And it is a Saturday, so I am working, but I brought in my yarn so I could finish winding it. And also to pick what I'm going to finish the skirt in. So I'm through the first mini and have marled in, and I'm working the second mini. I think I have maybe 1.5 more rounds before I start marling these two together. So it's going pretty quick. And after I'm done with the lace panel, it'll go even more quickly because it'll just be stockinette forever. So I don't know. These are the yarns that I pulled. It's a Barocco vintage baby. It's a DK weight yarn. So I'll be holding it single. And I kind of like this progression, and then I would finish it just in more of this dark gray. My sister likes it like that. So I haven't made a decision. I don't have to make a decision for a couple more hours, but then I do need to buy some yarn because this is going to go really quick. I know it. I can feel it. This lace is going really quickly, actually. I didn't think 400 stitches of lace would go this quickly. It's not, I mean, obviously it's not lace. It's a lot of ribbing with a little tiny lace panel, but I need to make a decision. I don't know. Hello, sunshines. It's the 7th of June, and it has been a while since I've recorded about this skirt, mostly because, as you can hear, my voice is not great, and I lost it for almost a week there. So here it is. I used the minis on the edge, and then I used one skein of the pink, and then I'm on my second skein of this gray. And it should be plenty to finish off the skirt. I have this much left. So that's quite a bit. I am on the band, the waistband. So I'm going to do 4 more rounds. And then I'm going to do, a purl ridge. And then I'm going to do the same thing, do kind of a folded hem with elastic inside. I'm just going to use leftover, or not leftover, repurposed elastic, probably from an old pair of jeans that the kids have outgrown that aren't donatable to anybody. That seems like the most likely source for that. And I'm definitely not buying new. And so then I'm going to knit these stitches together. What I did down here is you can see where that needle is, kind of. I did a round where I knit one and then did a yarn over all the way around. So I made double the stitches. And on the next round, I knit one stitch with my working needle, and then I slipped one onto a spare needle, but when I slipped it, I twisted it so it closed that loop. You can see those stitches are laying twisted on my spare needle. So they're twisted. So that just makes them a little bit tighter. You can see that there's like this, there's a definite line where those stitches are picked up right here where it's twisted. So those are a little bit tighter. The reason I did that instead of just like leaving the stitches untwisted is because I didn't want gaps right at the waistband, and to me it makes more sense for those stitches to be a little bit tighter rather than a little bit looser. So I've never made anything like that before. It was just something that I was like, let me try it and see if it works, and I'm pretty sure it's going to. So it's getting really, really close to the time where I have to have this edited and to Kim. So wish me luck. Hopefully I get there in time. Da-da-da! So close to finished with the skirt. Look. So this is an elastic waistband thing from a pair of jeans from one of my kiddos. And the jeans, they outgrew them and they had holes in them, so they weren't donatable or like pass alongable, so I cut them up last weekend. Today is the 10th of June, so I cut them up last weekend, those jeans, and I saved the elastic because, elastic is useful, and now I'm using it in the skirt. So I just need to finish Kitchenering these stitches together, and I will show you what that looks like when the needles are out. Dun da da! Here it is. Here's the skirt all finished. I think it's going to be super cute on my daughter. All the ends are woven in, and I'm going to block it right now. So she has an award ceremony thing on Wednesday, and I kind of want to see if she would wear it for me on Wednesday. I'm going to have her try it on today though, so I can get some pictures or video or something so you can see the full skirt. But look how cute it turned out. I have, I think, about a third of a skein left. So this top part took 1 2/3 skeins of the bluish gray color, and 1 skein of pink, and then a mini skein set. And again, there's no pattern for this. I just kind of made it up as I went. I think it's going to be really cute.